Welcome back to the Long Island Sound podcast. We live in a time when true, unfiltered, artistic honesty seems impossible, especially in the music world. So when a folk singer emerges seemingly out of nowhere, posting raw acoustic protest songs online, and suddenly racks up millions of followers, Grammy nominations, and sold-out tours, we have to ask, is this the true, genuine voice of the people, or is it the greatest calculated musical rebrand of the 21st century? Today we pull back the curtain on Jesse Wells, the man dubbed the voice of America's guilty conscience, and compared to Bob Dylan. The narrative surrounding Jesse Wells is that he is the working man's hero, a prolific pioneer of fast folk who emerged onto the social media, guitar in hand, to speak truth to power. But scratch beneath the surface and you'll find a musician who's been fighting for a decade. He is Jesse Allen Breckenridge Wells, born in 1992, which made him about 32 in 2025. Hardly a kid. Before 2024, his career consisted of grinding away in obscurity under various professional names. From 2012 onward, he operated as Ja C. Wells, releasing homemade music on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. He was simultaneously involved in multiple bands, including Dead Indian, formed in 2012, and Cosmic America, formed in 2015. This was the decade of struggle. The most revealing chapter, however, came around 2017 when he tried to break into the mainstream rock scene under the monogram Wells. He released a studio album, Red Trees and White Trashes, described as doomy, dirty, folk punk-inspired thrash rock affair. It was produced by Dave Cobb and released through the major label 300 Entertainment. He opened for big names like Greta Van Fleet and Rival Sons, but as I did my research, it indicated this attempt at a professional rock career eventually didn't work out, and he was released from the label during the pandemic. So what we're seeing now, the massive attention, the constant output, is not a flash in the pan. It's a calculated second coming of a career that had previously stalled. So how did a former major label alternative rocker suddenly become the toast of folks' world? By crafting a potential new persona, Jesse Wells. This new image is highly intentional. He started creating videos in raw, unpolished settings with a blonde, three-quarter size Stella guitar and likened to John Fogerty circa 1969. Or even Bob Dylan. His viral success is driven by an overwhelming volume of songs, a pace described as mind-blowing. In about 18 months, he released 7 full-length albums and an LP. Unbelievable. He is praised as a pioneer of what could be called fast folk, churning out songs, commenting on current events in an incredible pace. But this sudden transformation has attracted intense scrutiny. Critics suggest that the folk protest persona is a strategic choice, a, quote, smart play to leverage newfound social media attention. One critic noted when the Cobain-esque rock career failed, he simply shape-shifted into the Dylan-type character he's playing now. The concern is that he is merely repackaging his older alternative sound with a folksy Dylan-coded aesthetic. Some listeners even accused him of beleagueredly stealing the sonic DNA of Hurricane with that fiddle line on his song Horses, calling him essentially a cover artist. The rapid, immense popularity has led to accusations of inauthenticity and suspicion that he is an industry plant or a total grifter. Wells insists that he's an independent artist, unaffiliated with the label, not signed up at the company with the man, even as he celebrates his 4 Grammy nominations. This voluminous output, 63 songs in one recent release under the Power Lines, was in fact a necessity, not just creativity. It was done specifically to protect his intellectual property from song thieves who were uploading the audio from his viral videos and streaming services and profiting off of them. Wells focuses on topical songs about everything from the fentanyl crisis to capitalism, the military-industrial complex, and corporate giants like United Healthcare. This singing the news style quickly secured him millions of views. But this approach is polarizing. Critics argue that focusing on viral topics rather than timeless themes leads to music that is shallow, generic, and unmemorable. One reviewer called his topical music TikTok brain coworker music, accusing him of favoring simple pop earworms over meaningful protest songs. And then there's the nuance problem. For an artist widely perceived as a voice for justice and progress, Wells has been criticized for dipping into conspiracy theories and anti-science rhetoric. He released the song Lab Leak, promoting the debunked conspiracy theory that Lyme disease was created through a government research on Plum Island, right off of Long Island here. Scientific evidence shows that the bacteria causes Lyme disease is ancient, dating back 5,300 years. He also sang Whistle Boeing, repeating claims that the endless deaths of 2 Boeing quality auditors were orchestrated by the company. One source noted he also repeated the conspiracy theory about Boeing killing whistleblowers. This tendency leads to confusion about his politics, while he attacks corporate greed and the class war. He used the line, "Don't go misunderstanding me for some pinko commie rat," in his song Walmart, which some felt was a tactical retreat from his leftist labeling. His studio album Middle in 2025 attempts to move past the immediate news cycle to address more broad and more difficult subjects like God, war, and religion. The producer, Eddie Spear, was hired to help translate his concepts into a full band sound. Middle earned Wells recognition, including 4 Grammy nominations for 2026, a John Prine Songwriter Fellowship, and the Spirit of America/Free Speech Award. However, critics suggested the album felt like an attempt to prove he isn't just a one-trick pony, and that it lacked the gravity of the masters he is compared to. Jesse Wells is undoubtedly a generational talent when it comes to songwriting and melody, but his career expose reveals a tension between artistic intention and strategic calculation. He's not an overnight sensation. He's a veteran musician who has successfully leveraged a manufactured folk persona with the mechanics of social media content creation to achieve the fame that eluded his rock career. He's the modern archetype of the independent artist who realized the current landscape is a wild west, and he built his own successful factory. Wells has cut through the culture war binary to deliver timely, clever music. Whether he sustains the success and overcomes the perception of being a calculated performer who sometimes muddles the waters with conspiracy, that question remains unanswered. Hey, I'd like to know what you think. Tell me about Jesse Wells, what you think about Jesse Wells and his music. And hey, check out this video on the Long Island Sound YouTube channel on protest songs that I was able to curate with the help of you, my audience. All right, be well, everyone.